Hi everyone, this is Carrie Parr with Pick Up the Pieces Tennessee. Today we are talking about picking your battles. Now, whether you're a school teacher that is working with students that are challenging you, or you are a parent that's trying to work with your child at home, picking your battles is going to be a phrase that you need to know. If you don't already know, you need to know what it means and how to do it. So when we're talking about picking our battles, when we're working with somebody that may be not doing what you asked them to do, not fulfilling any of their chores, not listening, when we're trying to talk about picking your battles, that's a way, a strategy as a parent or as a teacher to deal with or to overcome the anxiety that you are feeling as you are trying to guide this student or this child that you're working with. So picking your battles breaks down into three pieces. The first piece is to remember your end goal. What is the real result that you are trying to get? The second piece is ignoring how the goal gets met. Sometimes you have to back it up and not worry so much about how a goal or how a task is finished. And third, your sanity matters. How you feel about the situation, how you feel about the child, how you feel about when you're teaching this topic to somebody in a school. How you feel and your anxiety matters. So those are the three things we're going to talk about. So the first is remembering the end goal. When you are picking your battles, say you're dealing with a little toddler, you're trying to get them dressed in the morning, you want them to wear, this specific t-shirt, these specific shorts, these specific shoes. Okay, well, if you're just going to the grocery store and you're just trying to get clothes on them to get them there, this is a situation where you're going to want to pick your battles. You're going to want to say, what is the end goal? The end goal is that they have clothes on when they go to the grocery store. We're not going to worry too much about how you get to that point. So they might wear their favorite character shirt with shorts that don't match, and they might wear mismatched shoes and mismatched socks. But the goal is to get them clothes on to the grocery store. So that's how we are going to remember the end goal. We're going to ignore how we got there, because we're not going to worry about how they get themselves dressed. We just want them, the end goal, to get dressed. And then your sanity matters. So say you are really pushing for them to wear this one shirt, this one set of shorts, these socks, these shoes, and I'm specifically talking to boy moms because I know boys, they can be really tough to try and get dressed and out the door. Your sanity matters. So lower your expectation, lower what it requires to get you out the door, and let them pick what they want to wear. So they are wearing what they want. Your goal is met because they are covered. You get to go to the store, and your sanity has been protected because you're not micromanaging all those little details for your 2 or 3-year-old or 4-year-old or even 5 or 6-year-old to wear as they're walking out the house. You want to pick your battles. So, what is also fun about picking your battles, kind of a side note to the third, your sanity matters, is you might at the end laugh a little bit because of what they might make you laugh about what they pick to wear. And yet that shows their little personalities. But this is just one example. There are plenty of others. Say you are a teacher at school and you're trying to have a student do some work, and they are not wanting to do the work, and they are starting to be loud and not, and they're disrupting other people. You're going to want to pick your battles. You're going to want to say, what is the end goal? The end goal is, I want to teach them something. I want them to learn the task that I'm trying to teach them. Ignore the how. How do we ignore the how? We ignore the how by, well, maybe they don't write it themselves. Maybe I help them write it. Or maybe I pull them and they talk to me about it one-on-one. Or maybe I let them do it with a friend. There are times when schools, and this is not, when you're doing assessments and things like that, that's obviously not a time to pick your battles. But if it's at the end of the day, if it's at a time where you just want to know if they know the material, then you kind of ignore the how you get there, and maybe do it the way they feel comfortable doing it, or help them with it to the extent that you can, so you can ignore how you get them to learn the material, but you need them to learn it. And then, like I said, your sanity matters. If you are pushing and trying the same thing over and over, it is just going to make your anxiety level high. Do you think the child is going to be learning much? Probably not, because their anxiety level is going to be high too. If anything, just to go the opposite direction that you're asking them to go. So if you will pick your battles, just remember the end game is to teach the topic. How you get there may vary from where you want it to, how you wanted to get there, but let the child kind of guide you to how they will provide you the information. And then not only is your stress level back to normal, you probably will learn a lot about the child through that interaction, how they prefer to learn, how they prefer to tell you what they know. So that's another good example of picking your battles. There's other ones about, well, you probably have some of your own. If you're a parent or if you're a teacher, you probably have lots of instances of picking your battles. Feel free to add those in comments. I would love to hear about them. But picking your battles is one of those concepts. If you can learn it early and you can apply it to so many different areas of parenting and teaching and working with students, it'd be so great to see what you have come up with. Have a great day.